Hello. Today we are going to be learning Likkutei Torah, Bamidbar, Daf Zion. This is a explanation of the mimer that began on Daf Misbar Bnei Yisrael and continued on through Daf Vav, and we are now going through an explanation of that mimer, revisiting and explaining at a much deeper level a lot of the major themes of that mimer. So what that mimer talked about was the idea that the Jewish nation is built with an innate thirst for Elokus and an innate thirst for godliness, but that when we are put in a physical body and a physical world, that thirst is covered over, and God helps us out by giving us the Torah mitzvahs, which inspire us and which reawaken that thirst within us. And so the Alter Rebbe is kind of explaining the mechanics of this by connecting the Jewish soul with the sphere of Malchus, which is the lowest sphere of Atzilus, the lowest attribute of God within the world of Atzilus, which is and that is the sphere of Malchus. And so Malchus has a unique character in that Malchus descends down into the worlds and enacts refinements, and the sphere of Malchus is a sphere of engagement that works to refine the universe by interacting with evil and by interacting with that which does not innately reveal God. And the Kabbalistically, this is the Shem Ban, and so the Alter Rebbe explains that the nature of biur, the nature of refinement, is that the thing that is refining is not going to be able to return to its original place by itself, because it's engaging with evil, because it's engaging with ego. It's not going to be able to return, and it's going to need this divine inspiration to return. And the example he gives is that even Moshe, when he went up to Har Sinai, he didn't eat or drink, because even Moshe, who when he ate was performing unimaginable spiritual rites and was consuming this food only for God, but even Moshe couldn't refine this food completely. Because when if you're capable of engaging with the food, if you're capable of engaging with ego, then there's a limit to your own capacity to refine it, and therefore Malchus requires this divine inspiration, and mirroring that, we require our own divine inspiration, which is the mitzvahs. Now, when Mashiach comes, Malchus, this quality, is going to rise up, and it's going to receive the way that the current model is that the attribute of Malchus receives from the emotions, the emotive attributes, which in turn receive from Chachma Bina, from the intellect, from the divine intellect. And so when Mashiach comes, instead of Malchus receiving through this intermediary of the emotive attributes, Malchus is going to either receive equally with Zah, or it's going to receive directly from Chachma Bina. And and in this Messianic era, the whole perspective of Malchus is going to change, because the whole perspective of Malchus is going to be directly influenced by the divine intellect, by Chachma Bina, and therefore it's no longer going to need this second inspiration in order to rise up. It's going to be able to do that, but it's going to be connected in and of itself. And this is the meaning of the pasuk, which says that the count of the Jews right? The opening pasuk of the Maimer is by Misper b'nei Yisrael k'chol hayam, that when Mashiach comes, the count of the Jews will be like the sand of the sea. They will not be measured, and it will not be counted. And so the Alter Rebbe explains that this idea of counting, the idea that something could be counted, is indicative of limitation, and is indicative of the severity that allows for individuality. And so we currently live in a reality where there are a specific number of mitzvahs, and there is a specific forms of expression. When Mashiach comes, we are going to return back to this original state where there's complete unity, and so the numbers are going to be meaningless. And the Alter Rebbe explains that this is brought out through the process of tshuva, that when a person returns to God, what we're doing when we return to God is we're saying that don't look at my sins from the perspective of individual numbers and individual times and individual dates, but look at my sins from your perspective, at which there is no numbers, there is no individuality, there is just oneness. And I want to return to that state, and by us performing our own tshuva, this is going to have a ripple effect of bringing Mashiach throughout the entire universe.